Alright guys, today we have the Metabo HPT 36 volt vacuum. It looks like one of the Makita extractors, but it is not. It's a regular vacuum. It does not have an automatic filter cleaning, but that's not really a big downside in my opinion. I've noticed a few things that I wanted to know about this vacuum before I bought it, but no one was able to give me those answers. So I'm hoping that in this video, or in a series of videos, I can start showing you all the different things that would make you want to buy this vacuum, or use this vacuum, or even try to use this as a dust extractor. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so I bought this vacuum because I've been buying Metabo HPT tools to go alongside with my Milwaukee tools. And the reason why I've been going with Metabo HPT recently is that I've been preferring getting the bigger tools from them. And I got lucky when they did the name change and I got a lot of stuff for extraordinarily cheap. So the thing that I've noticed is that because I've been building a battery platform, I figured I might as well stay in it. And I know I'm a small I'm a minority, but I wanted to see if I can make this stuff work. And so I decided to get this vacuum after almost a year of contemplating it. And the reason why I contemplating is it did not have the things that I want. I essentially want the Makita extractor. That's what I want out of a Metabo HPT vacuum. An automatic cleaning filtration system, and in that form factor. The problem is that I also want the ability to plug my vacuum into the wall. Makita does not offer that. So, no automatic filter cleaning, or not the ability to plug it into the wall. I do have a Makita track saw with 2 batteries, so to me it just doesn't make sense unless I can get more batteries, and then I'm running 3 platforms, and it's just, that's not, I'm already, it's already a lot. But I said, let me see if I can make this work. One big downside that I can tell you right now is the ability to get additional accessories. The width of the hose adapter, the inside diameter is what's given to you. So add about 1/8 of an inch to the hose diameter, and you're going to find difficulty using any standard attachments for this. I was able to make it work. Obviously it's going to take some work to make it work, but it's possible. I'll get back to that later. The thing that I like about this tool is the ability to plug it into the wall, and the fact that every time I buy a 36 volt tool, I get a free battery. So I have a lot more batteries coming in because another battery coming in just because I bought this. I paid $3.99, just a little bit under $3.99 for this tool. So it's dropped about $100 since I last saw it, which was $4.99 normally. We'll talk about the accessories later, but I'm just going to talk about the big heavy parts, so when you're watching this video you can kind of get the big things. The inside is what you're mostly going to have to worry about, and this is the first solution that I think people need to know that is not being told. It has a filter. It is not HEPA filter. That's okay, I think. I might have a solution for that later. What I've noticed is that some Hitachi or Metabo HPT tools have similar dimensions with the Makita platform. So, some accessories might work on this tool, which I'm going to find out. When you take the head off, don't mind those 2 things. Those are magnets that I put on there, and I'm going to remove because it's not working. When you remove the head, there is no filter there. The filter is this bag here that's nylon, that's washable, and it has this plastic piece on the inside to help keep the bag down. It does not come with paper bags. This is solution number one. When you go to Home Depot, bag type C works in this vacuum. You're welcome. This is probably the one thing that's going to help out the most, because in the paper vacuum, this might not be HEPA rated, but most of your dust is going to be collected in the bag. Flush the filter, good to go. Now, like I said, I'm going to see if I can order the $50 to $60 HEPA filter that goes into the Makita, and that sits on top of this, and it's round. So if it fits on the outside diameter, fine. I should be able to put that in there and have HEPA filtration. I don't think that's necessary, but if you really want it, I'm going to give it a try and see how it works. The reason why I might need it is for the occasional times in which I have to do some grinding of fiberglass, in which I would prefer to have it as captured as possible so it doesn't go anywhere. With that being said, I realize if I use a bag, it captures it, it works well, it hooks in well. This actually helps it stay in where it needs to be. Okay? And then I can put the top back on. It comes with plastic bag, not the paper bag. So if I can get the paper bag, I might be able to get the cloth bag for fine dust, which then would also help keep this cleaner. Now, it's a small 2-gallon tank, so you're not going to be able to capture much, but let's say you have to do some grinding. This option is good for me, because then I can collect all that dust on the occasional thing in a small compact package. So I'm going to put this back up here. So I set it in, closed it up. This, you just close the hose when it's on, hold it, press it a couple times. That helps clean the filter so that you can regain some suction back. Okay, so that should solve some issues if you ever need to hook it up to the miter saw and collect some dust. Probably get full pretty quickly. So that's the issue number 2. This hose is not a common size hose. The way that it attaches to the vacuum is also not very common in the United States. So when you plug it in, it's good. This one has a copper wire around it, and there's a grounding cable inside, and in the bottom there's some little beads. That means that this is an anti-static hose. This is a very good quality hose. I fell in love with it when I figured that out. Alright, the problem is the handle on the other end. The handle on the other end, and I'm going to take this off, and I'm hopefully okay. This handle on the other end, the inside diameter is 1.5 inches. With the 1.5 inch diameter hose, instead of going inside of the accessory, it wraps around on the outside. So the accessory outside diameter has to be 1.5 inches, but it's not precisely 1.5 inches. So if you were to get like a PVC pipe, 1.5 inch PVC pipe, it wouldn't work. I tried it. Nothing works that you can buy from the retail store. Okay, so Home Depot sells a kit that has 3 pieces together. Most people open them up and people don't realize that it's 3 pieces together. This piece, I use a heat gun I tried carving the outside, but the heat gun worked better. And what I did is I put 1.5 inch coupler on the back, and I actually put it on the back of this here. And then when I put the heat gun, I started pushing from the inside out, and I let it kind of cool on the accessory here, being careful not to heat this, only this. And what I was able to do, and it's a tight snug fit, so I still have some heat gunning to do, and is I was able to actually get this to go in, which now it's cooled down and it's going back to its original shape, but not so much. I can actually get it in still. Okay, so now I can actually fit that in there. Before, it was marrying up to the outside and I wasn't able to get it in. Okay, so now it's nice and tight, which I like, because now I can put that there and use it on the miter saw. Okay, and it has a nice angle to it too. So Workshop Addict actually was able to remove it from these two pins and use that to fit in there. I didn't try that. I didn't like the fact that things were falling off. I just wanted something a little bit more closed off. The problem that I have right now is I can't get those accessories. Any of these accessories that's supposed to come, that's you're supposed to be able to buy with this tool. So, like I said, I might have to try the Makita accessories to see if they will work, because they use a similar layout. So I'm going to give that a try. Supposedly I was able to order the tool back from Florida Tools, and the Metabo HPT customer service got me to them to see if I can get the other accessories, but I was actually unable to get any other accessory other than that one. And what I wanted was those attachments. So if they ever become available, I'll let you guys know. Alright. I'm upgrading to this for a couple good reasons. I've been using the Milwaukee vacuum for a period of time, and I really do like it. It works very well. The issue that I have is I have to take the filter out, bump it, put it back in, and deal with a mess. There's no bags that it's compatible with the Gen 2. Okay, so the non-pack out, the one just before the, because I had both the first gen and then this one. And so the filters will get clogged really badly, especially when I was grinding. So I needed something that had a bigger hose diameter, and that it was battery powered, that could also run plugged in if I needed it to, and a potential ability for me to hook it up to a dust deputy, or what I prefer is the dust stopper. So from my detailing days, I have one of these Chemical Guys buckets, which is nice and short, and I can fit this on top of there. Okay, so now I can hook this hose and put it in there, but I had an issue, which I might have solved just now, but I'm not sure, where the hose goes in here, but it's not perfect size, so it would dangle inside and out, and I really don't want to deal with the tape. So we're gonna find out. And this is the issue that I'm having with this adapter. This adapter doesn't fit perfectly there. And then if I remove this adapter and I put it inside, it's still dangling. But I was able to put a shim and test it out, and this thing has the power to run this with this hose on it. Okay? So what does that mean? I was trying to do this with magnets, but I wanted to put it on top. So when I am doing things, it's in a smaller package. Okay? So, essentially, how this would work is I'll leave this here. And I forgot where the shim is. And I would put this here. Okay? I need to shim it in a way so that it stays there. Okay? Or have someone 3D print me an adapter that would fit. Okay? But I haven't had a shim. And let me set this up here. Okay, so the idea is I'm able to have it standing. I'm going to build a little something and to put a metal piece on the bottom of the bucket, and I'll put up strong magnets just under the lid that protects the hoping a nice big magnet that I put underneath, and it will lock the bucket in place. So now once I figure that portion out, I can use either this hose or the other hose that you can buy for this, which goes to 1.25 inches. So if I get 1.25 inches, I can use it for other accessories like my grinder. So when I'm grinding, now I have a dust separator. Okay? So I can run this hose, the distance that I need, have this out of place, have a small compact system, not as compact as a $700 to $800 extractor, but I can do some pretty good work. And so I just need to figure out this top portion. I need to figure out the hose management just a little bit, and I need to figure out a way to hold the bucket in place. The good thing is, once it's done, nothing gets in there. That's clean. I can separate it. Or, like I said, I can set this bucket to the side. It doesn't matter. And I can run a longer hose to my grinder. So I think that this system would work. I think it solves the issue of having to have an automatic filter cleaner because, again, dust separator. And I can actually fit the bag. So a lot of the issues that I would have had are pretty much gone. The only one issue I have is the attachments. So I need to figure that out. Everything else, I think this is going to work. And I think that people really should start looking at Metabo HPT for some solutions like this, because the reason I started going with these bigger tools with Metabo HPT is the fact that you can plug them in. When I need to do some concrete breaking, if I need to do it, I'll just buy the shipping hammer and plug it in, and then I have the option to do smaller stuff or bigger stuff. I think that's really where the sweet spot is with this brand. And the reason why I started moving away with the bigger stuff from Milwaukee is, like, I love their tools. I really do. I have a lot of their stuff. Okay? I have a bunch of pack-out stuff. I have a bunch of M18 tools. Most of them, like, are with my dad. Like, I actually gave it to him because, you know, he's doing much more of the heavy hitting stuff than I do now. But I noticed that when I was doing a lot of grinding with the grinders, you know, I would burn up the batteries. And I wouldn't burn up the batteries as in, like, emptying them. I mean, they were getting damaged. And I would have to send them in for a service, and then I would have to get a swap, and I would be out of a 12 amp hour battery. I broke 3 12 amp hour batteries and 3 9 amp hour batteries. And then I realized, I think, that there's a limitation to the 18 volts. And I started noticing that the tools run a little smoother on a higher voltage tool, and that's why you get some of the DeWalt 60 volt stuff runs extremely well. And so I run their nail guns, I run the miter saw, I run now the vacuum, because, like I said, I love the 18 volt Like, I'll still be using that. That's still going to be around. I have 2 of those. That's how much I like them. But for, like I said, bigger stuff like this, I can't do that with this. This is 1.25 inches. There's no way I'm going to be able to fit that there. I'm still going to have a little bit of issues, but that's closer. I could probably do something like the heat thing that I did and do that there, you know? And so now I have that option to do that kind of work. And I think a lot of people should really consider this. I really do think that this is going to be a good solution, you know? So we'll see. I'll see about the HEPA filter and get back to you guys. And if it fits, great. That's a good, well, $50 spent. If it doesn't, then I just ate $50 because I don't believe in returning stuff unless it's something that really doesn't work. But this model has been produced, this type of vacuum has been produced for a long period of time in Japan, so there's a history. So they're very reliable from what I can understand. So, you know, yeah, it doesn't have the Bluetooth, and it's very simple, and I think that's fine. $3.99, better price. You get a free battery with it that gets mailed to you. I've had good experience. When I bought this one, there was a deal. It came with a battery, and then I got an additional battery. So, you know, and it was the big batteries. Now this time, because this is $100 less, the battery they're going to give me is a smaller battery. It's the 2.5, but that's okay with me because, you know, I don't think it's really necessary at this point. The batteries are very well priced. People think that they're expensive, but regular retail price on some Milwaukee batteries are probably more expensive. So consider it, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to try to make more videos. It's going to be like this. It's not going to be anything special. Just a guy in his shop looking at the tools that he has and trying to make a living. So I hope you guys like it. Subscribe.